Introduction. In recent years, there has been a noticeable resurgence in the political activism of university students across the globe. This trend is particularly evident in the United States, where students have emerged as key players in the political arena, advocating for change and reform on various fronts, from educational policies to social and environmental issues. This article aims to delve deeply into this growing phenomenon, analyzing its causes, motivations, and impacts within the context of the American higher education system. Historical context. To understand the current wave of student political activism in the United States, it's essential to examine its historical roots. Student activism has a rich history in the country, dating back to the civil rights movement of the 1960s and the anti-Vietnam War protests. These movements laid the groundwork for subsequent generations of students to engage in political discourse and action. Over the years, various social and political movements, such as the women's rights movement, the environmental movement, and the LGBTQ+ rights movement, have mobilized students to advocate for change and challenge the status quo. Evolution of student activism. The landscape of student activism has evolved significantly over time, shaped by changing societal norms, technological advancements, and global events. In the digital age, social media platforms have become powerful tools for organizing and mobilizing student-led movements, enabling rapid dissemination of information and facilitating collective action. The proliferation of online activism has blurred the lines between virtual and physical spaces, allowing students to transcend geographical barriers and amplify their voices on a global scale. Motivations and causes. A myriad of factors motivate students to engage in political activism, including concerns about social justice, inequality, environmental sustainability, and human rights. Economic pressures, such as rising tuition costs and student debt, also contribute to student discontent and mobilization. Additionally, contemporary political issues, such as immigration reform, healthcare access, and racial justice, galvanize students to take action and demand accountability from policymakers. Challenges and obstacles. Despite the enthusiasm and energy of student activists, they face numerous challenges and obstacles in their pursuit of social and political change. University administrations often impose restrictions on student activism, citing concerns about disruption and safety. Moreover, students encounter pushback from conservative groups and political adversaries who seek to delegitimize their efforts and suppress dissent. Legal barriers, such as restrictive campus policies and anti-protest legislation, further impede the ability of students to exercise their First Amendment rights. Role of universities and legislative bodies. Universities play a pivotal role in shaping the landscape of student activism, as they serve as both sites of protest and centers of power. While some institutions embrace student activism as a hallmark of democratic engagement, others adopt more authoritarian approaches to quell dissent and maintain order. Legislative bodies also exert influence over student activism through the enactment of laws and policies that govern campus conduct and regulate protest activity. The tension between academic freedom and institutional control underscores the complex relationship between universities and student activists. Impact and influence. Despite the challenges they face, student activists have made significant strides in effecting change at the local, national, and international levels. Through grassroots organizing, coalition building, and strategic advocacy, they have succeeded in raising awareness about pressing social issues and mobilizing public support for policy reform. Their efforts have led to tangible outcomes, such as divestment from fossil fuels, campus-wide diversity initiatives, and increased funding for student mental health services. Moreover, student activism has contributed to broader cultural shifts, sparking conversations about privilege, power, and representation in academia and beyond. Conclusion. In conclusion, the resurgence of student political activism in the United States reflects a renewed commitment to democratic ideals and social justice. Despite facing formidable obstacles, students continue to mobilize, organize, and agitate for change, challenging entrenched power structures and advocating for a more inclusive and equitable society. As we look to the future, it is essential to support and amplify the voices of student activists, recognizing their invaluable contributions to the advancement of democracy and the pursuit of a better world for all.